Hello, my name is Ellie Klein, and today I'm speaking to you in efforts to inform you of the background of mainstream media and what it is as a whole. After today's discussion, I hope that you find you will be able to see how mainstream media is one of the most influential things in society today, no matter how different individuals may be. On Earth at this moment, there are 7.8 billion people, and 5 billion of those people carry some sort of mobile device. On that device, you may find games, search engines, and email or communication applications. On 3.6 billion of those devices, you can find some form of social media, which plays a huge role in how we view people, our surroundings, how we dress, and even how we view ourselves. The moment we are born, we are exposed to mainstream media, whether it be a TV on in the hospital room or chatter from the people in the area. We let the media affect most everything that has touched this world. In order to be aware of how mainstream media plays a role in our lives, we must take a chance to think about what it really is and how it can influence us. I know that for me personally, I've always been interested in how we let the media play a role in our lives, so I've done plenty of research. And I have a first-hand look at how the media affects people since I am exposed to it every day, along with the research from other people who have been deemed credible. Mainstream media is one of the most influential things in society today, no matter how different the individuals may be. In this speech, I will discuss what people believe mainstream media is, how it negatively affects people, and how it has developed over time. Mainstream media is defined by the Oxford Dictionary to be traditional or established broadcasting or publishing outlets. This can explain why there are multiple publishing outlets that find many people rely on for their information. We can see that Fox News has averaged over 4 million weekday primetime viewers according to their website, and it has been named the most watched U.S. cable news network. And also, we can see that the New York Times has marked up a total of 6.5 million subscribers as of August 5th, with 5.7 million of those subscribers being digitally. While both numbers are very impressive, we are now seeing other companies like CNN having their most watched quarter in this past year, due to an increasing interest in politics as well as more of an access to audiences through the digital age. Second off, we must discuss how mainstream media is also confused with social media. The two are very different, as mainstream media is meant to inform their audiences, while social media gives people a direct chance to react to what they are seeing. Due to this fact, social media has ways of causing rumors to spread, whether it be celebrity drama or political conspiracy theories. While mainstream media outlets try to address situations and address topics, furthermore, mainstream media outlets also have jobs, while social media influencers are never hired, rather just found popular. Thirdly, mainstream media outlets can be opinionated. This can be explained by this graph, which shows often that Fox News has more Republican voters than news outlets like CNN. And also, with more election years coming up, the news stations who have a candidate running will often boost. And also, we can see by the fact that there are channels that can be affiliated with a specific political party. Like how Fox News is considered to be more of a Republican-based outlet rather than CNN, which is considered to be more of a Democratic standpoint. With this being said, many channels will try to take a position of non-bias to bring in more viewers from each party, that way they make more money. While the channels are opinionated, they often provide the same information, just from different viewpoints, which is needed in the world. Now that I have addressed what mainstream media is, I will discuss how it affects us in today's world. And I will begin with how, while mainstream media may work to inform people, it has also been found to cause increasing issues in society. To begin, we can look into how mainstream media can play a role in depression amongst teens and young adults. According to childmind.org, there is a 13 to 66% higher chance teens or young adults will be depressed if they use social media platforms consistently. This can be explained by how mainstream media often sets expectations for children at such a young age, and many teens will find themselves not being able to handle the pressure of society's expectations. With this, as the technological age has developed, we have seen multiple increases in suicide rates amongst the youth, to where we now provide programs in schools meant to attack the negative thoughts that may take place due to the media. Secondly, mainstream media can cause negative discourse among people. Since the media can heavily influence a person's political views, this can cause a multitude of problems within their lives, as many people won't associate themselves with people who have different viewpoints as them. I've seen this negative discourse throughout my day-to-day life, whether it be that I have lost friends due to the fact that we disagree on who should be president, or even what sciences we believe to be true. We can also see this with the increase of rioting that is happening in today's world, as that shows how the media spreads current events fast, as well as causes opinions to be formed on current events. Since you now know how mainstream media affects society, let's discuss how it's developed over time. A good example is how the technological age has caused mainstream media to take a very dramatic turn. When technology didn't exist, people found out current events in other ways. As we know, word spreads fast since we have technology, but in the past, word was spread mainly by mouth from person to person. If you didn't hear about what had been happening from your neighbor, you could also rely on finding news from a newspaper. If we go further back in time, then we can consider how there were often town meetings where one person would announce if there was anything significant happening at the time. Also, with the New Age came a new way of communicating. This is proven how in 1440 the printing press was created by Johannes Gutenberg, which led to a whole new world of information spreading. Then, the telephone was created in 1876 by Alexander Graham Bell, which has played a substantial role in how we communicate today and how we see our news. Finally, in 1927, the television was created by Philo Taylor Farnsworth, who grew up without electricity until he was 14 and continued to make one of the greatest inventions when he was only 21 years old. Thirdly, many news networks have come to life over time. At the beginning of news broadcasting, these programs have gone from only showing for around 10 to 15 minutes to now having channels in specific evening and morning shows. We can also look at how in the 1970s there were only 700 channels in the US, but with the increase in audience, by 2017 there have been 1,761 news channels recorded in the US. In the beginning of news broadcasting, many people considered it to be a silly job, but as time has passed, many children now aspire to be news broadcasters, and we see many public figures today in the news world. Today, I have discussed what mainstream media is considered to be. Then, I spoke about how the media affects society today. And finally, I informed you on how mainstream media has developed over time. Mainstream media is one of the most influential things found in society today. With this in mind, we must find a way to take a step back and really think about how we let the media affect us. We need to find a way to look past what we are all told to believe and instead form our own opinions and take a chance when we live our lives.